Apologies on this one for missing something out. Just to the left here was the site of Princess Alice pub. I'm rather silly. Didn't get a good shot of it. But that's looking north at Commercial Street. That's looking west down Wentworth Street or Petticoat Lane Market. You can see it behind the cars. So this is now Wentworth Street. The market doesn't reach down here. So that pub is behind me now. The reason it was silly not to get it, that pub was an alleged drinking place of John Pizer, also known as Leather Apron. So again, we see another close location. I might have actually got it in another video, I'm not sure. So going down Wentworth Street, just here on the left is a nice feature. There's a brick arch, which proclaims to be part of the 4% Dwellings Company, with 1886 on the arch. Just here, it's now, this path is known as excuse me, Lulsworth Street, but at the time it's called George Street, and Martha Tabram, who was a victim, you're going to see the location of that murder in a second. It's actually just down this road here to the right, which is Gunthorpe Street, but we're not going directly down there. We're going to come back to that in a second. I think Emma Smith, possibly down George Street as well, off the top of my head, but I'm just going to get this, get the location of the Emma Smith attack as well, which is literally just down the road. I should say here, this little road going down to the left, down here, is now called Thrall Street, but it's been renamed. It's not the same as the Thrall Street that was present in 1888, which basically doesn't exist anymore. Certainly not in the same way. So just here is the junction of Wentworth Street. Brick Lane is to the left and Osborne Street to the right. So Brick Lane and Osborne Street run into each other, but it's Brick Lane to the left, Osborne Street to the right. So just at the end of this road is there was a big cocoa mill, mustard and cocoa mill, and Emma Smith was attacked Easter time 1888, and this is one of the possible locations just on this corner. It might have been a little further down the road, literally 10-20 yards down the road. It was a bit confused. She was attacked by a gang of thugs basically, and it would cause so much damage that she later died in hospital. And she's sometimes associated with the Whitechapel series of murders, even though it was a completely different style of attack that occurred. But just walking back now west along Wentworth Street, so just coming to that bit where I said it's Thrall Street. There's a refuge on the left. The area where Thrall Street, Flower and Dean Street and Fashion Street all basically ran parallel, and they ran between Commercial Street and Brick Lane, and it was not a nice area. Neither was Wentworth Street at the time. Not a good area, full of lodging houses. So this is Gunthorpe Street, and in fact just at this corner we've passed, just going to freeze a second. Yeah, this is George Yard Buildings where Martha Tabram was, the body of Martha Tabram was found. This isn't obviously the original building, it was knocked down long ago. But just on that corner as we came down, a PC Barrett saw a soldier who claimed his friend had just gone down to George Yard with a female companion, and this led the police to search for, in the case of this murder, search for soldiers. The infamous identification parade at the Tower of London, which failed to find these soldiers who were involved. In all probability, in all probability, some people would associate Martha Tabram and put her very firmly as one of the victims of the Whitechapel murders. Other people, not so sure. So this is the end of George Yard. It gets quite close down here as well, a bit more claustrophobic. On the right there was a pub called the White Hart. We're going to see sort of the corner of that. But I think this is interesting because there's a nice little archway just at the end, and it shows how some of these streets, can you imagine what this was like at night coming down here? not a nice place at all. And that's Whitechapel High Street, so the walnut. But that's Whitechapel High Street just in front of us. So that's Gunthorpe Street, formerly known as George Yard.